Alright, so today I'm just going to be implementing a few new enemy types I got. Just kind of fleshing out this this outdoor scene a little bit more. Nothing too highly technical, so the discussion will probably be at a lower amount than the previous episodes. So let me just go and get started here. So I originally had this forest bunny model that I'd brought in, and I went and bought a pack of creatures. I ended up liking this model quite a bit for what I'm trying to do, so I got a pack. It includes the it's supposed to include the bunny as well, or I thought it did at least. Maybe not. I mean, either way, I already have the forest bunny. Maybe it detected that and didn't import it. That would be interesting. Yeah, that must be the case. Let me pull up the asset store, import real quick. Yeah, there's the bunny right there. Let's see, 11 creatures. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yeah, the only one that's missing is the bunny, so it must have excluded. Really wish you could collapse these. Yeah, forest bunny. There it is. Exact same one I already have. So yeah, I mean, even though I'd put mine in a custom folder, it must have been smart enough to detect that that was something I downloaded. So I'm going to go ahead and move this into this folder. Just keep that all together. And make sure that my... yes, there's my prefab for that guy. Yes, that shouldn't have been affected by me moving the model. Yeah, so we're fine on that front. All right, so I got a couple different types of bunnies here I can mix in. What other monsters do I have now? I've got a bat. Actually, did this come with a test scene? It did not. Oh. Unless they popped it up here. No. Okay. So what's a good outdoors thing? So I got this carnivorous plant. Let's take a look at this prefab. Green and yellow. That'd be a good outdoor guy. And what else we got? Evil mushroom. Yeah. We have a dragon, which I'm probably not going to use, but this could be a cool boss. Yeah, it's not bad. I haven't really been looking at any of these animations either. Yeah, that's about what I would expect. That does not look like much of a dragon. I hate to break it to them. what is going on here. There we go. Yeah, this guy, Shop 3DSA, is a, yeah, they do some pretty good animations. I really like their stuff so far. The poly count is a little low. I think these models are more meant for like a mobile title, but the simple color palette and the kind of flat colors, like they're not really high detail textures or anything, is kind of the style I'm going for with this. And you can tell from the, the kind of look of the rocks and the ground and the, the trees. I'm kind of going for more of a smooth color palette, something that, has more solid colors than gradients or highly detailed textures or anything like that. Forest bat. What the hell's going on with you? Oh, you're just like a little, I remember, cartoon bat. You got like little baby wings. Okay, and forest bunny and forest golem. Yeah, you're a big old stone guy. Forest wolf. Yeah, that could work. Blue, purple, and white. Nice to get the preview down here in the bottom right. Let's see, monster bee. A bee could work. Yeah. Nymph fairy. Yeah. Probably not going to be using that. It's a little bit, it's a little more fantasy than I want. Does this come with a particle effect of some kind? What are you? Some kind of a... Okay, so it's a shockwave, so I'm guessing this this guy has some kind of a ground pound attack. Cast spell. No. Yeah, that's jump attack. That's probably what that shockwave is for. Treasure goblin. Yeah, you're a cool little guy. And if I don't want him to have a to have the treasure, I can probably find that in the tree. Oh, he's got a little he's got a little treasure effect on him too. Oh, he threw a bunch of errors too. Something's up with him. Interesting. That's a pretty cool guy too. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with the bee and maybe the wolf for this outdoors area. So which bee do I want? I want the... I think yellow is probably a good... I mean, it's a default bee color, first off, and second off, it's a nice contrast from all the green and brown in this area. So I'll get myself another object pool here. Alright, so register up my object pool. So let's see here, spawn locations. So I got this one spawn location right now. The enemy unit is a grazing enemy unit, and that's just really describing the AI behavior. Now, I had to set up my animation controllers for this. Did I do this on the enemy prefab itself? I mean, that was more for the combatant than anything else. So... Actually, I'm wondering now if the import didn't overwrite my existing spot, because I'm noticing they're not... they're playing their idle animation, but there's no other animations going on. Like, are they... when it attacks, is it going to play its attack animation? It did not. No hit, no death. So, yeah, I must have attached the animation controller to the model prefab, and then it got overwritten when I imported the package. But so that's kind of annoying, because I'd made some changes to this before to get it to work. But I think they were fairly limited changes. So Yeah, I had made some changes to this. What were they? I changed some of these to triggers. Yeah, the only boolean was hop. The rest of these were all triggers. Oops. Hop, attack, take damage are my parameters. Animation state names are die, take damage, one word, attack, and hop, and idle. Yeah, so that's still fine. So let's see if this works fine. Yeah, there it goes, it's hopping. Stopped and turned, looking around. Then it's picking a direction, hopping again. I'm gonna get into a fight. He's gonna take a swing at me. Oops. There we go. Yeah, he's gonna take a swing at me. Took a hit, he died, but then he popped back up. I had done something to my animations here to prevent that from happening. What was it? I think the problem is going to exit, because then it loops back around and hits idle again. Whereas my code does a wait for waits until the normalized time of the clip is at its end and then concludes that it's done and stops the animation. It's supposed to anyways. There we go. Okay, so let's test that a few more times. Yeah. All right. So that's good. That's back to its correct state. Now, how about my my bee? So Monster Bee Yellow. He has an animator. Monster Bee Controller, which has some stuff going on. So he's got a... Actually, I guess I didn't really look at the animations for this guy either. So we have our claw attack. Okay. Okay, so take damage. So I want to take damage to be a trigger. Defend. I didn't notice that clip. Oh, he's just in that pose. Yeah. So I guess that needs to stay as a Boolean for defend. Though I don't really have that in my AI behavior yet, so we'll see when I end up implementing that. Spellcast needs to be a trigger. Oops. And these should all just be straight up exit time, except for the ones where the Boolean is true or false. Yeah. Okay. Now we need a animation controller for our monster bee. Movement, AI, and information about the enemy for when it takes damage and dies. I feel like these are all going to be pretty common required things. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to pull a bunch of this stuff up into the base class. Hmm. Alright. I'm getting a lot of this stuff up into the base class, along with the ability to override. A great deal of the information. There we go. Any of these errors? Oh, those are all just haven't been implemented. Kill all those. Yeah, this play animation call. Really wish it would default to one-line properties when it's formatting. Well, let's see here. So attack animation name. Well, see, and here's the trick. I have 2 attack animations. So this is where it gets a little interesting. So I have a default attack. So one of these is a default and the other one's a special move of some sort. I want to say the claw is the default, and the stinger is a special move. Yeah. And in case you didn't catch it earlier, I'm taking these names off of the animation state name that's here in the animation, in the animator window, which in the case of this B, they are all properly capitalized. Move animation, return. It's not how you spell forward, first off. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to delete that and then re-add it and rewire it up just to name it differently. As much as spelling mistakes annoy me, I'll live. Yeah, so this goes through and it sets, it checks all the animation parameters that are in the animator and sets them all to their default values. Yeah, it doesn't need to be virtual. so idle just gets played just by the fact of just by the fact that it's cleared. So those three are not accounted for in our current animation setup, or default one rather. However, my build succeeds. So let's grab our prefab for our yellow bee. Add our monster bee animation controller to our prefab here. Now for our scene, our spawn location. How does this work again? I might have hard-coded the name of the enemy to look for. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I meant to come back here and change this so it was data driven, and it uses the a key that's set at the spawn location to look up which enemies to use. Kind of decided against that though. I mean, I haven't really made a decision one way or the other in regards to moving stuff out into a database, because as useful as that can be in more of a team environment, since it's just myself, I haven't really come up with a compelling reason to not just have the data in code like I have now. Aside from that, it'll get cumbersome to change a lot of records if I need to, or do anything like that. But as far as any kind of like additional security or performance or anything like that, like, there aren't really huge benefits. There's some benefits, but there's not really any huge ones. So I'm going to keep doing this for the moment. Actually, since it's a random get, I'm going to change my key on some of these existing ones. Actually, because I'm testing, I want to make them all into bees. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Didn't yell at me, and there's some bees running around. They're idling, they're looking around. They're flying. I don't know if that's the fly forward animation or not, because I can't really tell. Yeah, I guess it is the fly forward animation. I just can't tell the difference personally. But let's go ahead and get in a fight. So there's the bee. I'm going to go ahead and let him attack. Yep, he does his attack. It looked alright. He got hit, he died, and he fell over. I like it. That was actually nice and easy. And worked all out of the gate once I wired up my new stuff here. Yeah, so that became a lot easier to implement new enemy models. Though I do need to implement some of this other stuff, none of them are implemented in any of my AI behaviors. So that is kind of one of the next steps, is I need to come up with the solution to having different AI behaviors depending on my enemy type. Like how much is configuration in one AI behavior and how much is needing to derive additional combat enemy behaviors. But I think that's good for a first run through here for implementing a new enemy. Yeah, I'll probably I'll figure out what to do next exactly. Either I'll take some time off video and implement some more enemy types, or maybe I'll do that on video and just like time lapse or something like that. Anyways. See you next time.